Shalom, shalom. This is your brother Shataria here at Chicago Branch Great Millstone, prophesizing the return of the Heavenly Father Yahweh and the Son Yahweh Shai. You all ignorantly call him Jesus, but his true and Hebrew name is Yahweh Shai. Coming at you with another lesson. Before we get started, as always, we're going to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Akadash. Double honors to our apostles and our elders here at Great Millstone who rule well. Honors to the hopeful elect. The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the biblical and true Hebrews of the Bible. Salutation to all the Akim out there pushing this word in truth and sincerity, the speckled bird, and all those whose lineage goes back to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Healthy Barakatha. And to the Akwaf, and those of you out there listening and learning, Shalom and Barakatha to you also. It's about 8 in the morning, okay, and I'm about to wait on my transportation to go to my therapy, but I'm going to do a quick video before I get out of here. Lord will, it is edifying. And this is Kim Iverson, okay? And she's talking about Donald Trump and the political corruption. She basically says treason, all right? But we're going to get right into it. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for the purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So I'm not looking to profit off this, okay? But here we go. Let's let the video play. It's just a 2.5-minute video.
Trump is in the Middle East right now. He's speaking to the Israeli Knesset. I'm just going to play this clip. This is actually quite shocking.
I kept my promise and officially recognized the capital of Israel and moved the American embassy to Jerusalem. Isn't that right, Miriam?
He promised to recognize Jerusalem and to move the embassy to Jerusalem. Promise kept.
Miriam and Sheldon would come into the office. I think they had more trips to the White House than anybody else I can think of. Look at her sitting there so innocently. She got $60 billion in the bank, $60 billion. But they were very responsible for so much, including getting me thinking about Golan Heights, which is probably one of the greatest things to ever happen.
Golan Heights, that was a big gift. He promised Golan Heights. And he recognized.
So I'm going to get her in trouble with this, but I actually asked her once. I said, so Miriam, I know you love Israel. What do you love more, the United States or Israel? She refused to answer. That might mean Israel. We love you. Thank you, darling, for being here. That's a great honor. Great honor. She's a wonderful woman.
What? Excuse me? I'm sorry, you're the President of the United States of America. Miriam Adelson is supposedly an American citizen, and he's sitting there as the President of the United States saying that her and her husband visited the White House more than anyone. And when asked who she's loyal to, she refused to answer. And he's cheering that on. He's praising it, saying, we love you. You're so great. It's an honor. You're an honor. I mean, are you kidding me? This is what Americans are fed up with. This is over the top. This is too much. This is treason. The President of the United States is admitting that he allowed traitors in the White House more often than anyone else. People advocating for the benefit of a foreign country. He allowed traitors into the White House over and over and over again, knowing that this is the way they are, saying that they're responsible for the Golan Heights, that they're responsible for him moving the embassy to Jerusalem. He's admitting that they are influencing American foreign policy. Traitors in the White House. And you know what that makes Donald Trump? That makes him a traitor.
Well, there you have it, Israel. This is political corruption at its highest, okay? Now, Amulek, okay, which is Miriam Iverson, okay? She's from the tribe of Amulek, okay? She's a Malachite, all right? Her and her husband Okay, they're the head tribe of the tabernacles of Edom, okay? And we also have Teman, okay, Jameah Major, Jameah Minor, the Germans, okay, what it talks about in that in that Jeremiah 49:7, okay, is there no more wisdom in Teman? Teman is the Germans, okay, and they are the smartest tribe out of the tabernacles of Edom, okay. Then you have Gog and Magog, which is the Russians, all right. They are the strongest tribe out of the tabernacles of Edom, okay? And it talks about them occupying the footprint of the bear. So Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea, those are the axes of war, so to speak. And these are Edomites, okay? Russia, they're Edomites also, and the Lord is using them. They're occupying the footprint of the bear. This is another lesson in itself I'm going into, but it talks about that in Ezekiel 38th chapter, Ezekiel 28th chapter, and you can find that is there no more wisdom in Teman in Jeremiah 49, okay, and 7, Ezekiel 38:4, 28:4. He's going to put the hooks in Gog and Magog, which is Russia, okay, and Amulek, which is the strongest tribe, Amulek, Salakia, which is the head tribe, the main tribe, the head of the tabernacles of Edom, okay, and you have America, which comes out of Great Britain, all right, and these are your tabernacles of Edom. But right now, DJ Trump, okay, Nero Trump, he has everything divided, okay? What it talks about that, how they're going up against each other. You have Gog and Magog, which is Russia, and they're alliancing with North Korea, Iran, okay, and China. Those are the axes of war. That's who they're in alliance with, okay? And you also have Amalek, who really is the head tribe, okay? And you have Teman, all right, which is the Germans, okay? They're the smartest tribe. And Nero Trump, okay, DJ Trump, through his tariffs, his executive orders, okay, it's the Lord after we get through, okay? He's causing the separation, okay? And it talks about how they're divided on all levels. And a kingdom divided, it cannot stand, okay? That's Matthew 24:5. We'll probably get that before we close. But what Trump has done, okay, he's allowed the Amalekites to draw him into a war, okay, that's impossible to win, okay? They can't win this war, okay? And he's tore down all NATO. He's pretty much tore that down because it's split right in half. And you have to remember that Turkey, all right, they're claiming to be Muslims, but up there, that's a lot of Edomites. They I believe they're Edomites as well, okay? They're the tabernacles of Edom, but they're proclaiming to be Muslims, all right? And it's a big divide. The tabernacles of Edom, okay, are divided on every level right now, okay? And Great Britain and Germany, which is Teman, okay, they're very angry with America, okay, with the United States right now because of several things. Most important, they blew up the pipeline over there, okay? They blew up their pipeline, which is how they got oil, and now they have to pay double because they blew up the Nord Stream pipeline, okay? We all know they did it, okay? All right? And that's pretty much Ecclesiasticus, okay? Is that 14:4? He who is not good to himself, to whom will he be good, all right? And these people are divided. They're warring amongst each other, okay? And that's the Lord putting that spirit on them, all right? And this guy, Nero Trump, like I said, this is political corruption. Like this Iverson lady just said, okay, this is treason at its highest level, okay? this guy Trump, okay, he's pledged allegiance to Israel, all right? All right, he's an American president, but he's pledged an allegiance to Israel. And not only him, but if you look, it was just like 250, all the lawmakers, the senators, the congressmen, they've been compromised, okay? This government has been hijacked, all right? And they went over there and pledged allegiance to Israel as well, okay? So I've always said that Israel is really, they run everything. These are your international bankers, okay? These are the global banking elites who run and own everything behind the scenes, all right? Okay? They run the music industry. They run countries, okay? They run everything, all right? They run the movie industry. They run the stocks, the bonds. They run countries, all right? And this guy Trump, he has an allegiance to Israel, okay? The Amalekites, all right? He's pledged an allegiance to them, okay? So have 240, 50 of them went over there. So the government is hijacked. It's been sold out, all right? Okay? And they've entered into a war that they cannot possibly win. They cannot win this war, okay? He's divided NATO. Like I say, once Turkey, which I'm pretty sure, I do believe that, I'm just speaking as a man, they're going to leave NATO, and it's going to be a lot of other countries that follow suit with that, okay? Because this guy Trump, he's been backdooring the law of the land since he's been in there, okay? All these executive orders. This is unlawful. This is treason. It's going against the Constitution, and these people are watching their Constitution be ripped to shreds by Nero Trump right before their eyes. Okay, that's what this guy's doing. Okay, and let's go here first. Let's go here. Let's grab Jeremiah. Let's get Jeremiah, okay? And let's get Jeremiah 50 and 45. Jeremiah 50 and 45, okay? 50 and 45, and Jeremiah 50 and 45 reads, "Therefore, hear ye the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Babylon, and his purpose that he hath proposed against the land of the Chaldeans," okay? And that's who runs this country. This country is ran by a bunch of witches and warlocks, okay? Babylon, a.k.a. America, the mother of harlots, mistress of witchcraft that rideth upon the beast, and the beast is NATO, okay? "Therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Babylon, and his purpose that he hath proposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them." Okay, so that's what he's done. Amulek, which is the head tribe and also the smallest tribe of the tabernacles of Edom, okay, has drawn America in. You see what it just said? "Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them." So like I said, this guy Nero Trump he's pledged allegiance to Israel, okay? And 250 or so went over there. So our government has been hijacked, okay? I won't say our government because I'm just a pilgrim in this, okay? I don't have no horse in this race. I ain't got no dog in this fight, okay? The Republicans, the right wing, Democrats, the left wing, which make up the two wings on the bird, the eagle, okay, which is a dirty bird, but it's a powerful bird, okay? So I'm just a pilgrim in all this here, okay? And I'm not of this world. I'm just passing through till my Savior, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, comes to redeem us, all right? But we don't have no dog in this fight. And these people are about to destroy each other. DJ Trump has put them in a war, okay? The least of the flock has drawn them into a war that's unwinnable, okay? If you go to those dragons of Arabia, all right? Here, He's made all kinds of enemies. Actually, everything is split up, and it's through Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. The least of the flock is drawing them in, and he's drawing them into a war that they cannot win, okay? Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, all right? And these executive orders, all right, the Genius Act, the Big Beautiful Bill, the courts, the judges, and all the courts then told him that it's unconstitutional, it's going against the law of the land to have all these military soldiers. They're finna unleash the military on U.S. citizens, and they've pledged an oath to protect the United States. So this second Ezra's 15th chapter is going into play, okay? It's in play already because you have a lot of generals and a lot of admirals that are stepping down rather than go against the law of the land, go against the Constitution, which they pledged an allegiance to. They rather step down, okay? And a lot of these admirals and generals have been over their men for years, 10, 20 years. So you can see the sedition, you can see the civil war brewing, all right? So if you ever seen the movie Gladiator where they talked about you've been gone, and Maximus told them, well, you let my men see me, and I see me still alive, and we'll see who they follow. And this is what this is going into. This man has had men he's been ruling over for 10, 20 plus years. Who do you think they're going to be loyal to? They're going to be loyal to him. So what we're looking at is, insurrection, sedition. We're looking at civil war. And this is what it's come to. This is what we're witnessing firsthand, real time, all right? Jeremiah 50 and 45, therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord that he have taken against Babylon, and his purpose that he hath proposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation docile with them. Okay, so they've drawn DJ Trump into a war that he cannot win, all right? This is a war that's unwinnable, okay? It's pretty much like they're about to take on the whole world. And this is the spirit of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And like I say, he's backdoored the law of the land, which is the Constitution, since he's been in office, all right? Now they're telling him that he can't put military troops into Americans, into U.S. cities, but they're there, aren't they? And they're telling him to take them out. Now he's come up with another executive order or whatever, the Insurgents Act, where he's just going to go around what the judges and the courts say and do what he wants to. And it doesn't really matter at this point because we know that it's all Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai doing this, okay? But that's what we're seeing, like Kim Iverson, she just told you, this is political corruption. This is treason at its highest level, okay? That's what this is, all right? This is treason at its highest level, okay? Let's go here. Let's get Isaiah, and let's get Isaiah 19. And I'm going to start at the top. It says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud. And that's his chariot, okay? And shall come into Egypt. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence. And the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Okay, and the Hebrew word for heart is lob, okay? All right, which means your mind, all right? So the Lord is working on these people's mind, all right? He's working on their psyche. He has them divided on every level. And it's a lot of bugging out going on right now because the things they deem a treasure, they're nothing but idols to begin with, like it says, okay? They're democracy. They're watching this guy, Nero Trump, DJ Trump, walk all over the Constitution, rip the Constitution into shreds. Okay, they're fiat currency, all right? We're headed for a cashless society anyway. And that's... I'll get to that in a minute. And most important, again, like I said, how America has policed the world for the last 100+ years, okay, 50+ years. All this is coming to an end since World War II, okay? The smaller countries, the smaller nations, which 10 years ago, they wouldn't dare say anything against what the United States has laid down. But now you're hearing uprises. They're starting to rebel against the United States, okay? And that's going into let the weak say that I am strong, because they now have weapons of mass destruction, just like the United States now. They're now preparing for war just like the United States are, okay? All right. So this guy Trump, I've been told you all this here. Duke Rothschild purchased America back in the late 1800s, all right? And that's why it has pledged allegiance to Israel, because Israel pretty much owns the United States. It's not a country, it's a corporation, all right? And it has a shadow government and a ghost payroll. And what that's going into, this guy DJ Trump, he's a puppet. The global banking elites, the international bankers have put him in there to do the leg work, the heavy lifting, the groundwork. And what he's in there doing, you see what he's doing, okay? He's destroying America right before your eyes, but he's tearing down this old grid, okay? And he's gonna upgrade and retool it, all right? And while he's doing that, in the same process, he's gonna create a new monetary system based on digital currency, all right? Which is gradualism, and that's gonna lead to the implementation of the RFD chip, them chocolate chip cookies. So the tribulation, it comes with the digitalization, all right? And that shadow government, that's what they put him in there to do, okay? So he's a puppet being led by Amulek, which is the chief tribe, the head tribe of the tabernacles of Edom, all right? And that ghost payroll, what I mean by that, that's why everything that America has is always kicked back to Israel. They have free health care, okay? They have schools where their kids don't have to pay any money, thanks to the American citizens here, okay? Where our, the children here, okay, if they want to go to college, they have to pay for it. That's why after they do 4-8 years, they're so much in debt. All right. We have to have health care, and we have to pay if we get sick here, okay? Whereas Israel, all right, them small hatters over there, okay, them perpetrators over there, all right, them bastards, okay, a bastard in Ashdod, everything is a kickback. And that's what I mean by a shadow government and a ghost payroll, okay? But let's keep on reading right here. Isaiah 19, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set Egyptian against Egyptian, and they shall fight one against his brother, okay? And the American citizens right here where we at are gonna start fighting against the government, okay? Against the political leaders. That's why it talks about that in that 2nd Ezra 15th chapter, which is where we're at right now today, and 16th chapter, okay? All right, so they're gonna fight each other. That's your sedition, that's your civil war right there. And I will set Egyptian against Egyptian, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, and city against city. So we're seeing cities fight against cities already. You're seeing blue cities against red cities, okay? You're seeing Democratic cities and Republican cities go at it. It's a divide, okay? And it's through Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, that this is happening, all right? And and kingdom against kingdom, okay? And this thing is spreading worldwide now. There's insurrection all over the world. There's uprising of the people all over the world. Talks about that in 2nd Ezra's 9th chapter, okay? It says, and that's where we're at, man. All right. This is, political treason at its highest level, okay? Let's go here, and we'll get ready to close the lesson. I said this was going to be a quick lesson, but we never know through the Spirit how things are going to go. All right, but let's go here. Let's get this Proverbs. Let's grab Proverbs, and let's grab Proverbs 29 and 12. Proverbs 29 and 12. And Proverbs 29 and 12 reads, if a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked. And I just told you Donald Trump, which is the president of United States of America, he's listening to the lies that these small hatters are feeding him, okay? And you just seen 250 senators, congressmen, lawmakers, all of them went over there to pledge allegiance to Israel, okay? So this is perfect. Proverbs 29 and 12. If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked. Because so as the king, so are the people. Talks about that in Sirach, okay? Ecclesiasticus 10 at the top, okay? 10, 1 and 2, all right? And let's go here. Let's grab Isaiah and let's get Isaiah 1. Let's get Isaiah 1 and 23, okay? Isaiah 1 and 23. Isaiah 1 and 23, and it reads, thy princes are rebellious and companions of thieves. And you see what them small hatters, that's their companions, them small hatters, okay? All right? You see what they're doing to the Palestinians over there. They're stealing their land, stealing everything. They've stole everything that isn't nailed down, okay? All right? John 10 and 10, the thief but come to kill, steal, and destroy. I come to give you life and life more abundantly, all right? And let's get it where I don't butcher it, and I'll break it down for you real quick too, Israel, all right? See, I said this was going to be a quick lesson, but we don't know what the Spirit's going to do, okay? And we're led by the Spirit. We follow the Lamb wherever he so goeth, all right? A thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and to destroy. I come that thy might have life, and that they might have life more abundantly. Everything these people have gotten, they've stolen from a nation of people, one nation of people or more to get it. Everything that these people have gotten, they've killed off a nation of people or more to get it, okay? You see what I'm talking about, Israel? That's what they do. The thief cometh but to steal and to kill and to destroy. And this is Esau. And then if it's a ruler, a government that's ruling in righteousness, and they can't be bought, what they do is send in a jackal or a coup to kill off the leader, just overthrow the whole government, and they put a puppet regime in there who's gonna do their bidding. He's gonna do whatever they tell him to do, all right? And the bottom half of this says, and I come that thy might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. But 2/3 of our people don't want the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, which lead to life. They want the trends, the fads, the traditions, the customs of this present day evil world. Or should I say temporal, because it's slated for destruction, all right? That's what they want. But we're seeing treason at its highest level, okay? Again, let's go back here. Let's grab this Proverbs, okay? Let's grab Proverbs, okay? 29. And we want Proverbs 29 and 12, all right? And it says, if a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked, okay? See what I'm talking about? Isaiah 23. Let's get Isaiah 1 and 23. And it says, thy princes are rebellious and companions of thieves. Everyone loveth gifts. And that's what this government has been hijacked, all right? It talks about that in Ecclesiastes, how a gift destroyeth the heart, and oppression maketh a wise man mad. Roughly paraphrasing, okay? All right? But it says, thy princes are rebellious and companions of thieves. Everyone loveth gifts and followeth after rewards. They judge not the fatherless, neither doeth the cause of the widow come unto them. Therefore saith the Lord of hosts, the mighty man, the mighty one of Israel, I will ease me of my adversaries and avenge me of my enemies, okay? So the Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, hey man, he finna put belt to ass. Daddy finna come back and put judgment on this place, all right? All right, he finna come back and put his foot up these people's ass, okay? That's what he's about to do, man. And that, like Kim Iverson say, this government, hey man, it's been bought. They went over there to Israel and they formed allegiance with Israel. And at Jeremiah 50 and 45, the least of the flock has drawn them in, all right? That's what's happening. That's what it is, Israel. That's what we're looking at firsthand, real time. All right. And what he said, 60 billion in the bank. Let's go here. We'll go to Matthew first, okay? We'll go to Matthew. Let's grab Matthew. Well, before we get Matthew, what do I want? Isaiah 59 and 14. Isaiah 59 and 14. Let's grab that. And it says, yeah, this is political corruption. This is what the people who are supposed to be running the country do right here. Isaiah 59 and 14. Let's get it in the NLT. Let's see if we can get it in the NLT. Let's get that one in the NLT.
Isaiah chapter 59, verse 14 in the New Living Translation says, "Our courts go against the righteous, and justice cannot be found. Truth struggles in the streets, and honesty is illegal," describing a society where fairness is missing and honesty is suppressed.
You see what it said? She just gave it to you. First 10 real time, Israel. Isaiah 59 and 14. Our courts oppress the righteous, and justice is nowhere to be found. Truth stumbles in the streets, and the honest have been outlawed, okay? And honesty has been outlawed. So we're looking at political corruption at its highest level, all right? And what he said, Miriam Allison, what he say? She worth 60 billion. We'll get this here and we'll close the lesson. Let's grab this and close, all right? Let's grab this and close, okay? Let's get this Sirach 10 and 8 and we'll close with that. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And that's where we're at firsthand, real time, okay? We're looking at the downfall of this present kingdom, okay? We're looking at the downfall of this present day evil world. And we're looking at the uprising of the tabernacles of the kingdom of David, okay? We're looking at a nation being built, being born right before our eyes, okay? Again, Sirach 10 and 8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And that's what we're seeing firsthand, real time, okay? And this is political corruption at its highest, all right? That's pretty much all I have right now. Lord will, the lesson was edifying through the Spirit. In closing, I like to say, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Shalom. Kwam Yasharala. Rise, Israel, rise in a barber bowl. Until the next time.